Geoffrey Thomas, and welcome to the Kickstarter campaign for my novel, The Wayward Astronomer. So, what is The Wayward Astronomer? Well, to put it simply, it's a book. But what makes this book special is that it's the first written novel that's set in the Dreamkeepers universe. I'm sure some of the people watching this video are already familiar with Dreamkeepers. But for those of you who aren't, it's a graphic novel series and a webcomic that's produced by David and Liz Lillie. It has elements of sci-fi, steampunk, and fantasy, all wrapped up into one really beautiful and vivid series. The setting of Dreamkeepers is a fantastical world that exists parallel to our own, where all the people that live in it are known as Dreamkeepers. Dreamkeepers come in all shapes and sizes, but what makes each of them truly unique is the power that's hidden inside of their hearts. Every Dreamkeeper has their own superpower, a latent ability that can be unlocked under the right circumstances. But in this world, using one's power is strictly forbidden. The government of Andoruna maintains control with a tightly clenched fist. Dreamkeepers that are caught using their power risk a visit from the shock troopers, and very rarely does that result in a happy ending. The Wayward Astronomer follows the adventures of Hal and Heel, a young astronomer who has already discovered his power, the ability to see all forms of light. He is accompanied by his friend and fellow astronomer, Miri Rogers. Together, the two of them operate a remote observatory far away from the city. Their adventure begins when a meteorite crashes nearby, and the two of them set out to retrieve it. The following morning, they reach the impact site, only to discover that the meteor is in fact an otherworldly source of mysterious power. But as it turns out, our two heroes are not the only people planning to recover the meteor. They are confronted by an unknown party, and the encounter quickly turns violent. Hal is shot and left for dead, and Miri is taken away. As Hal struggles to pick up the pieces, he discovers a dark conspiracy that threatens the lives of everyone in Andoruna. He must solve the mystery of the meteor and reclaim the things that he's lost before it's too late. That's it for the synopsis. I really can't tell you more without giving away too much, but I really think that if you give this story a shot, you're going to love it. I don't expect you guys to take my word for it. I'm pretty biased. But I have had several beta readers read through the first draft, and they had very positive things to say. Lunar Outcast on DeviantArt had this to say about the climax of the story. For a lingered moment, I sat still, speechless. You've taken my words, replacing them with emotions, philosophies, questions, and hopes. Quite a challenge to put my thoughts into feedback, a challenge I am willing to accept. Strong, that is the word to use. Strong emotions, enraging and gut-wrenching. Strong characters, imperfect and beautiful. Strong moments, pure and real. After finishing the story, Watcher Guy 4 says, "This really was a special story to read. I'll tell you that if you intended for people to read this story and take a lesson or a new appreciation from it, then you've succeeded. Everything is extremely well written, and every image and scene is always projected with perfect clarity. Really, this is something I would have paid to read. It's a privilege to have free access to something this good." If you're interested in learning more about the story, or about the Dreamkeepers universe, please read through the description of the Kickstarter below, or visit dreamkeeperscomic.com. And lastly, I'd like everyone watching to please remember, no matter who you are or how you got to this particular moment, that we all live in a vast and beautiful world, and it's out there, simply waiting for us to rise up and meet it.